Eastern America here. Please subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell. So recently I talked about, there was a fire, electrical fire, with my jumper cables. And you can see here at the Y of my thumb and my first finger, there's a little scarring there. That was an electrical burn, and it took me like 4 weeks to recover. So an electrical burn is the burn that keeps on giving. Trust me. This is not like touching the edge of a hot pan or boiling water, or, your car roof that's burning hot from being out in the sun at 110 degrees. This is serious stuff. So the electrical burns are truly different than a regular burn, a scalding burn or whatever, hot pot handle, whatever. I am including the original video in the description, and I will include a link to the order that I made off Amazon. I'm not being compensated, just to know, even though I should be, but I wanted to pass along some good advice. I learned a valuable lesson. I believe someone asked me if I reversed polarity of the jumper cables. I never do that. I'm very big on attention to detail. Black for negative, red for positive. I look for the red, I look for the plus, for red is positive, black is negative. I always hook up my negative terminal first, and then I hook the red up the positive terminal, on both vehicles. I don't mix match or whatever. But I do think that these were like 20 gauge, which is like the worst. They're very thin cables, and they had been sitting in my truck where they were out in the hot sun. It was a hot day that day, and I think they could have melted or were in the process of melting. It's so hot, and you got little thin cables like that thin, and you'll see in the video if you check it out. So I learned from this. If this had not happened to me, I would still be buying cheap jumper cables at the auto parts store or whatever, the dollar store or wherever I bought those things from. I did use them a few times, and fortunately nothing happened, and nothing really bad happened this time. But I do have my water turned off at my house because I have a water leak that I plan on solving later. And so if there had been a brush fire, if the house could have caught on fire, it's that bad. I have it cut off at the city main. But anyway, nothing happened. Everything's fine. But you will see in the video, where I include in the description, the full video of what happened. And I'm trying to share